Hey y'all, Natalie here for Shimmerz today, and I'm using the October 2019 Missy Wooden Color Kit, and I'm showing you the colors here. They are Colorings Freshly Squeezed is the orange, Colorings Vivacious Violet is the dark color in the bottle, Creamies Berry Hot is the pink, and Shimmerz Sunflower is the yellow. And our monthly challenge right now is to use a color that we wouldn't normally use, which is a little hard for me because I use all the colors, but I would say that I would never typically use to focus on a yellow color on my page. So I chose the Shimmerz Sunflower color as my main focus. And I'm scrapbooking this picture of me at the Grand Canyon. And we went last year for our 10th wedding anniversary. So my technique I'm going to use today is texture paste. I'm using this really cool arrow stencil. I think this is from the Echo Park Peter Pan collection. So I am just using my Ranger texture paste to just bring a stripe about the width of the picture all the way down my 8.5 by 11 page. And then I'm applying it, not perfect. It's not perfect, and that's okay. That's how I am. So I've let it dry and you can see all that gorgeous texture. I love it. And so for the Shimmerz, I am shaking it up because it does separate. And it's a really thick paint, which is beautiful. But for the purpose of dripping it through all these little cracks in the texture paste, I'm gonna have to use a little bit of water to make it run. And it doesn't really take away from the color or the shimmer. It's still super vibrant and super shimmery. Even after I added the water. So you'll see me here for a few minutes working with it. And just, I'm going to pretty much follow only where the texture paste is and then add water. Of course, I did use clear gesso on this white paper before I started any of this. I did skip that part of the process in my video, sorry, but it definitely has gesso on it to make it nice and thick, and then the texture paste, and now the Shimmerz paint. So I'm just letting it drip, and you can see there I got a couple of drips, and that's fine, some splatters, because I'm gonna add splatters later anyway. So also with this kit we get an exclusive cut file designed by Paige Evans, which is fabulous. It's a bunch of arrows and it's so cute, and I can think of a million different ways to use these. And we also get 3 exclusive dots that match the collection. And I'm sorry about any background noise. My kids are home, unfortunately. It always stinks to have to do a voiceover when they're home. But so now I'm adding the splatters with the sunflower color. And so I did still want to incorporate all of the other colors in the kit, and so I'm just going to use them to splatter. Oh, and you can see right here, I kind of got a weird thing going on with my paintbrush, but because of the gesso, I was able to just literally wipe it up, and it's like it never even happened. Sorry for that mess, right? My husband used to work for them. So now I'm just using the colorings to add the freshly squeezed orange color. And it's so funny how these just few splatters really transform the color of the page. I feel like it's a really good bohemian look, which is always the vibe we get when we travel. I don't know, when we're outdoors, I don't know. So I really like this color palette, it's gorgeous. So, and there I'm adding the Vivacious Violet splatters. And I do dry all of these splatters in between with my heat gun because I didn't want any of them to mix. So there I'm going in with the Berry Hot Creamies for my last bit of splatter. And the colorings do not have any shimmer. The original Shimmerz Sunflower color has a ton of glitter in it. And then the Creamies has a little bit of shine to it, not a ton. But you can tell too, maybe in the close-ups, that the Shimmerz Sunflower color almost will create its own texture when you do a splatters. It'll like almost dry in like a beaded way. And now I'm cutting down this page just because for this album, for our travel album to the Grand Canyon, and we went other places too in Arizona, but I have a theme running through the book of craft paper. So even though this layout is mostly on white paper, I'm going to back it with a craft background. And also, and along with going with my theme, it really helps the white paper to lay flat once I adhere it to this background, because the craft paper is super sturdy, and when we do the mixed media, it tends to roll up, and that really helped it lay flat. So if that's always a good option if you don't like your paper crumpling up or rolling up. So here, I did not use all of the cut files because there are so many cute little arrows, but I chose 4 because I went with the 4 colors. And this collection from Die Cuts with a View, I think it's like No Problem Llama or something. The colors work so perfectly with this Missy Wooden kit. So I picked out a pink, a purple, an orange, and a yellow from that kit. And also, to go along with the bohemian look, I wanted to incorporate this feather die cut from Jane Davenport that I just love. So I'm trying to figure out how I want my die cuts to go on the page. So I go ahead and I cut out my feathers, and there I'm using my little Sizzix tool to get out all the, it's a very intricate die, so it gets out all the little bits and pieces. I cut it, one of those at least is a shimmery or a shiny metallic page from those, and they cut so beautifully with those intricate dies. So I'm backing my photo with some foam to pop it up off the page. So I adhered it, and then I'm going to use the backing that is already sticky on the foam because it's super good and sticky, so it will stick to that gessoed page really well. And I want to use the word love, the love arrow from the page cut file, as part of my title. And I kept thinking I was going to put it at the top there, but I'm rearranging it, and I decided that's how I want it to look. And that's where I'm going to add my title. So I commit, I pull down the backing, and I put down my photo. And now I go and grab these Amy Tangerine. First I'm going to start gluing down the die cuts. And I use that super sticky glue because gesso on top with the texture paste, it really is going to need some sticky glue to adhere. And there, I just inked around the edges. Since my background was yellow, I wanted that to stand out a little bit. So I used a plum purple ink to make that stand out. And I grabbed those Amy Tangerine tiny little alphas to complete the title, and it says Love New Views. And I used that glue to adhere them again onto the texture paste because otherwise there was no way they were going to stick. So I'm sticking down the feather dies, and I think we about got everything. And there's my dots. So there are 3 exclusive dots. I chose to use 2 on this page because it's only an 8.5 by 11 page. I felt like 3 would just be overwhelming. But I did use 2. And I think I'm going to put there. And then I grabbed these chipboard stickers from Vicki Booten, the new Wildflower and Honey collection. And they really matched perfectly with this Missy Wooden kit as well. And so I grabbed these little tiny stickers called Wild and Free. And I don't know if you can have a subtitle above the title, but that's what I'm doing here. Think outside the box, right? So I used the chipboard stickers to put Wild and Free with my photo and an arrow pointing towards me. And then down below, you still have my title that says Love New Views. So take it, you can call it what you will, whichever is the title you pick. And I think we're about done. I'm gonna add a couple more chipboard stickers up there to finish off the feather embellishment cluster. But make sure you pop over to the Shimmerz blog. I'm up there today, and grab your Missy kit. I think there's still a few in stock. They do go quickly every month, so you should definitely check that out. And the first is usually when it drops every month. So thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I appreciate your thumbs up and your comments. Thanks, y'all. Bye.